Well, hello. This is going to be a fairly short video. I'm waiting for my husband. Yeah, he's outside washing off the deck, which has turned into a 2-hour project. So I thought, well, I would just start on this project while I'm waiting for him. I bought this set of cute little tube containers. Thank you, Kathleen Cross. She showed me a picture of how she's storing her sparklers, and I was like, hey, this is perfect. So I have already done the sparklers and the glow glasses. So, I mean, look at that. Perfect, right? Let me see if I can get you to focus. Nope, that wasn't what I wanted to do. You saw all my junk. Sorry. There's too much junk in the back. There we go. So I have just taken the label right off the bag from Tina for these because they come nicely printed. I've cut it out and just taped it on, and there's my glow glass seafoam, and I've done all of the sparklers. All right, you're gonna hear noises probably because he's outside messing around. Really? Okay, he wasn't doing that 30 seconds ago. Just when I decided to start doing this. So yeah, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm storing them. Okay, I'm gonna work for a few minutes. I'm gonna wait until he's done spraying water, but then I'm gonna work for a few minutes and I'll show you how I'm doing this. We're gonna work on ABs now because I'm done with my sparklers. Well, now he's gonna quiet down, maybe. Who knows? Anyhow, this is how I've been storing my sparklers and my ABs. In this box, like this, okay? And I have diamond dots in there and all kinds of stuff, right? And it worked, but this is kind of nifty. So just gonna take a little bag, right? And for these, they've written on these with marker, right? With a Sharpie. Have to use a little tray that has a spout because, yeah, if you don't have a spout, it doesn't work really well. I'm gonna leave my sparklers and stuff down here on this end. I'm gonna start with ABs on this end. These are in order in my box, so it's easy enough to just, got to dump these in a tray, little tray. I don't have a big tray with this spout, but it probably wouldn't work real well anyhow. These kind of tend to get stuck in the spouts. Pop the little top, okay, and carefully, I haven't done ABs yet. They might be a little easier than the sparklers. Just start wiggling. I'm doing it over a larger tray so that if I drop any or spill any, it's going to go right in that tray. Okay. The AB's going a little easier than the sparklers. Sparklers tend to get stuck. Well, these are getting stuck a little, but the sparklers, they were getting really stuck. So, and they'd get stuck in the spout as well. Sparklers, I'm telling you, they're a tad bit larger. They're just a tad bit larger than a round drill. All right, so we just get them in there. And I got to do a couple different loads. It just, see what I mean? It's Friday. He's normally at work. He's interrupting my mojo. Anyhow, no, wrong tray. Let's finish this one. And then what I'm going to do with these, because they don't have the printed label, is I just have some little stickers here. I'm going to write the number on them. Look at this beautiful color. Love this. It's 208. One of my favorites. So I love this. I love that they're all in one place. You can keep them in order. You get this beautiful, look at the beautiful display I'm going to have when I'm done, right? And if you need them, you can just take out your little vial here and dump some in your tray and you're good to go. I know he's making so much noise. But while I work on this, I thought I'd work on this for just a few minutes. And I'll show you how I'm going to do this and how pretty it is. And thank you, Kathleen, for the idea. Whoops, one got stuck in my spout. Come on. And I wanted to just talk for a minute, share a little story. It's not a very good story. It's a sad story. So let me put the label on here. I could put AB, but I don't need to, right? Because I know these are all ABs. I am going to put a little piece of tape over the sticker, just protect it, keep it on there a little bit better. I think the tape holds better. So, and this is some extra wide Scotch tape, so it's working great. All right. And there is number 208, all set to go. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. It's just kind of fun to play with them too. It's pretty cool. All right. On to the next one. I have all these little bags. I suppose I could keep these little bags and save them for my regular drills if I needed them. They have numbers on them already. We're on to 209. Another one of my favorite colors. All right, so let me talk to you about yesterday real quick. And I'll do maybe one or two more of these. And you can listen to him make noise out back. I know, it's very entertaining. He's scrubbing the walls, the house, I don't know. He was just going to wash off the deck. He hasn't washed the deck yet, just so you know. We have a ceiling fan out there. He's done the ceiling fan. He's done the doors. He's done the windows. He's done everything that's out there except the floor. All right. So then the ceiling has a ceiling. It's more like a porch kind of, you know. Anyhow. So yesterday, I was downstairs. We have this whole wall of windows, you know, in our basement. And I'm downstairs and I was working on a diamond painting down there that's on my table downstairs. When I heard a ruckus, just a ruckus with the chickens, okay? The chickens just making all kinds of noise. And I see chickens just running past the window, just scattering, running past the window. And I'm like, oh, something is not good. So I go out the basement door and I'm like, I'm making all kinds of noise. I'm just thinking there's something out there. I'm guessing I know what it is, right? I'm making all kinds of noise. I'm like, hey, what's going on, girls? What's going on? Rowdy went past me. He didn't even blink an eye when he went past me. Another hen went with him, and I see a few more. And I'm heading up towards the deck, because the deck is, you know, towards the pond, all right? I'm heading that direction. There's a little hill to our backyard, and you got to get up the little hill before you can see the pond, and you get up towards the deck area. All right, so I get up that way, and here I pass a couple more chickens. Oh, geez, these are going everywhere. So you got to see why I got the tray. So I get up there, and I see it. I see it. Right in my backyard, leaving the deck area, going across my yard towards the back, towards the brushy part, is the fox with a chicken in its mouth. He had Betty in his mouth, and he is running across my yard. I just started running towards them. I know, silly, right? I run towards them, and I'm yelling, hey, hey, and I just yell. I must have scared the fox enough. He dropped the chicken, dropped her right there in the yard, and took off out into the brush. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. And here's Betty. She's laying out there in the yard. She gets up, and she starts slowly walking, stuck, see, stuck. Slowly walking away, and I am heading out there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, right? So I get out there to the yard where she's laying, and she's now up, and she's walking, and I'm like, okay, well, she's walking, oh my gosh. I pick her up. It wasn't hard to catch her. Normally it's hard to catch chickens when they're out in the yard, you know, but I walked up to her. I picked her up, and, you know, she's just like visibly shaken. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wonder what's wrong with her. I called my neighbors that live right next door, and I'm like, hi, is your husband home? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, does he have his gun? I'm like, I'm serious, you guys, serious. This fox, it's just a nuisance at this point. And it's in my yard. It's not even out in the back. It's right up by my deck. I have 2 little dogs, you guys. Now I'm worried about all of that. My dogs, not just the chickens even. Crazy, ridiculous, okay? And she's like, yeah, we've seen him. her husband's been kind of keeping an eye out looking, you know, hasn't seen him again since one day last week, but it's just a young fox. And I'm like, we got to do something with this thing. So I sit there with Betty for the longest time. My husband was on his way home, and I'm just sitting there on the deck with the bird. I start kind of looking her over. I can see blood. I know I've got blood. I don't know where it's coming from. I have two 209s. Yay. And I'm just waiting for him to get home. Okay. He finally gets home. And I'm like, I just need you to help me look her over. I know that she's hurt somewhere. I mean, wouldn't you be if you'd been carried off in the mouth of a fox? You know there's going to be some damage, you know. So we checked underneath her wings, and sure enough, underneath one of her wings, there's like a place where the skin is torn, you know, and you can see down to like flesh. It's not horrible. And so we cleaned her up and put some wound spray on her, and I'm just like, is she gonna be okay? Is she gonna be okay? Right? So put her in the coop thinking she'll just chill out and lay in one of the nest boxes. Oh no, she got up. She got up and she went out in the pen. She's wandering around in the pen for the evening, and I'm like, okay. So she's fine this morning. She's up, she's out and about. I think she'll be fine. The unfortunate thing is we have a chicken missing. Red is missing. Can you hear my husband making all this noise over here, you guys? Red's missing. She didn't come in last night. Haven't seen her yet today. I mean, was that the fox's first meal? And, you know, Betty was going to be dessert or what? I don't know. We got to do something about this fox. It's, you know, it's a nuisance at this point. I'm scared for my dogs to go out and go to the bathroom. I mean, everything. So I think today we're going to try getting a live trap. We have a live trap that's, you know, like coon and possum size. But if you're going to try to catch a fox, it has to be large. We've been trying this deterrent scent spray. And I mean, it'll be a couple days and we won't have any problems, but I just don't even know. We got to do something. It's got to go. Anyhow, that's my story. And I don't know if Red, I'm just going to assume that Red is gone, that he got her first and was coming back for another one. You know, they were up under my deck, you guys, under the deck. That's where he got Betty. I mean, there were feathers everywhere, white feathers, and they're all up right out that window. Right out that window is where he was, right up underneath my deck, was where the chickens were. No, you can't have that. Cannot have that happening. Not with two small dogs and everything else, no. So we got to do something. We're going to see if we can catch it. Anyhow, that's my story. I know it's kind of a gruesome one. It is the life of living in the country and trying to raise farm animals and all that. But still, come on. Seriously. Never had this problem at the other house at all. We never had fox. We had an occasional raccoon. I mean, that was about it. But, yeah, craziness, right? All right, so see how I'm doing this, you guys? See how pretty this is going to be? Look at that. Look how pretty that is. That's just the 3 colors. But look. Nice, huh? All right, I'm going to go now because now he's right here making all kinds of noise. So I'll let you go, and I will talk to you later.